Hey, and welcome to, well, the movie review. We're just calling it the movie review. We're with the movie review. And this is Tom, and this is Brian, and we're here to talk about two new movies. The first one we're going to talk about is called Body of Lies. Body of Lies is Ridley Scott's new movie that stars Leonardo DiCaprio and a very, very tubby Oscar Isaac.
Yeah. He's joining us.
Yeah,
he's up in our range.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got to be like 280 in this movie. So I felt like I had a friend. Basic storyline here is Leonardo DiCaprio is working for, it was the CIA, right? CIA.
One of those intelligence
agencies. I think it was the CIA.
But he's a field officer.
Yes, and he's he's a field officer, but he's almost undercover in some situations. Yeah. And basically, there's some terrorist traveling through Europe and Asia, creating havoc on his way to America. So we stop him there, so we don't have to stop him here or fight them here.
Right.
Yeah. It's one of those things.
Terrorist movie.
Yeah, it's another terrorist movie, and it's another terrorist movie.
Yeah. But the twist on this one is DiCaprio being a field agent is working with the king of, I don't even know what country. It doesn't matter. Some Middle Eastern country.
Yeah.
Working with the king and trying to do things diplomatically and cleanly with as little collateral damage as possible, whereas big fat Russell Crowe is over in America making phone calls and
spy satellites and jets that drop bombs and kill an entire town in one fell swoop.
Right.
So
it's the difference between this movie, in this particular case, is the difference between slow precision or, American, ham-fisted.
Cowboys, we're going to take them out in one fell swoop.
Right.
Yeah, so, see, my problem is that I hate terrorist movies to begin with. I don't like war movies. And then the thing is that we're still battling with the whole terrorist thing going on right now. I have trouble going to a mall. I don't need to go to the movie theater and see this. I kind of felt the same way I did when I watched Religulous. Because, I don't know, it's like a how-to for terrorists. Oh, look, what you need to do now is this. And the whole time I'm just fretting through the whole thing.
They already know. They're not going to get any ideas.
I know, but,
And they're not going to watch anything the infidels produce anyway.
You think?
No.
Yeah, they love us, but they hate us. But I mean, the acting's top notch. The direction's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Cinematography's good. The story, I mean, they have too many characters we don't need. There's a love storyline for DiCaprio and a woman from whatever country they're in. I can't remember either. It didn't matter. They're in the Middle East, and this storyline was so useless that we could have cut 25 minutes out of the movie.
Yeah, and it was long. It was, what, nearly 2 hours?
It was 2:09, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
and it was a point. And every time you bring her up, I always...
Yeah, you go, oh, that's right, she was in it. Yeah, so that was useless. Even though they use her as a pawn later, it could have been his assistant, as easy as her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it didn't even have to be a female.
You know what it comes? Yeah, exactly. The male assistant could have been the one that they were holding. It just comes down to they seem to think that unless there's a love storyline and there's a pretty girl in an action picture, no one will care or watch.
Well, I think they're trying to sell to women.
I don't think.
I mean, they have to give some reason to come.
Well, come on. You've got Leonardo DiCaprio and you've got Russell Crowe with man boobs.
He is not the gladiator anymore.
No, he's like two of them.
Although DiCaprio did have a hot scene, he was being tortured, and his pants were coming down. You saw the lines here and there.
Well, I remember the butt crack. It was like the top of the butt crack went that much, so it was nice. And the man boobs.
Should have spanked him.
Okay, well, speaking of spankings, the second movie we saw was W. Now, Oliver Stone directs. It's a biography of George W. Bush from 1966 to current day. Well, somewhat current day. And did I say something wrong?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening.
And basically, it jumps back and forth. Starts off with him in Texas Rangers Stadium, and then all of a sudden he's president, then he's not president, he's back in college, which still surprises me that he went to college.
Well, they addressed that.
But it's a drama that's very funny, tragically very, very funny, because
yes,
I mean, there's scenes where they go, okay, well, what's our exit strategy to get out of Iraq? And Cheney goes, our exit strategy is that there is no exit strategy. We're staying there, and we're taking all the oil. And everyone in the audience laughs and goes, oh.
Yeah,
you
basically.
You feel kind of bad afterwards, but as far as the movie itself, it's well made.
Yeah.
Which, Stone, I can take or leave. Yeah, it's a hit or miss.
It's a little bit of heartburn and a cough. I'm sexy.
What are you, like 70?
Okay. Where's my bicarb?
I guess.
Give me a tin of bicarb.
Okay, then, the direction's good, the writing's good, the acting is amazing in the show. You got
Tandy Newton.
Tandy Newton plays...
hopefully she gets a nom.
The hideous Condoleezza Rice. And it's like, I think they made her even more hideous than she actually is in real life.
I think so, too. She was so tight. It was like she had a rod just jammed up her ass the whole time. Yes, I can.
Oh, you can? Okay, yes. All right. So,
and, I mean, just tight-lipped and very...
she looked constipated for the whole movie.
She was like Martha Stewart, except even more.
Yeah. And then you've got Josh Brolin playing George W. Bush.
And he was excellent.
You've got Dick Cheney is played by Richard Dreyfuss. Ellen Burstyn is playing Barbara Bush. I mean, just all these, and some people are in one or two scenes, and they come and they go playing these famous. If you're vacillating on whether to see W, I'd say go ahead and see it, especially timely like this, because it'll really give you a sense of how the Republicans and the Bush administration has screwed this country into a hole. And I mean, don't you think?
Oh yeah, and I think it will. And also, it gives some sympathy towards Bush. I'm not an admirer of his. I don't agree with his politics, and yes, I don't think he ever should have been president. But at the same time, you see where he was coming from, how he got there, why he got there. Now, how much of that was fictionalized?
Well, no, they've always said that he's been trying to garner his father's love and acceptance and respect his entire life, because Jeb was always the good
golden
kid.
Boy, right?
So even after Bush Senior was still saying he was the better president, and Jeb would have been a good president too.
Yeah.
So and still, it's a really well made film. Both films are well made. It just depends on if you want to see terrorists and terrorists. Yeah,
basically.
Terrorists and bullies, because that's how it feels. You do feel kind of beaten up after W. Yeah. So that's I guess
I would only recommend Body of Lies to anyone who likes terrorist movies.
Yeah.
I would recommend W to anyone.
To anybody that isn't just completely turned off by politics.
Right.
If you like politics, or or it doesn't bother you, then definitely see W. And
that's it. We gotta wrap it up.
Okay, so that's it for this week. We'll be coming back probably the next week, hopefully with an interview from James Franco.
Hopefully,
because we're going to be talking to the actors and the filmmakers from
bye.
W. Bye, not W.
Bye.
No, bye.